lockdown. Why is this happening? No be useless road. Useless road. No sit at home. No sit at home. Nobody did there. Nobody shall go. Maybe traditionally, there one woman who did there. The other woman, that woman said that there's no different relation to respond to question. But the fish is that she not did there. The council people carry good. Now, after they don't know, some people who are telling they get attacked. No president will come, nobody will we have APC campaign council at 11 to be on playing exact time. APC campaign council at the ethnic card. Currently, you caution politicians against hate speech, violence. Currently, local union cautions politicians against hate speech, violence. We have other reports this morning. INEC cancels 1 million voter registrations. INEC cancelled 1 million voter registrations. Pardon, I bear no grudge against anybody in Yabe. He arrived yesterday. It says, I bear no grudge against anybody. Let's look at the reports this morning. I have one newspaper. Boundary is enforcing insecurity. 6,706 killed in states. Boundary is enforcing insecurity. 666 killed in states. 404 houses raised in national that government addressing security experts, lawyers claim governors can decline writing insecurity, Senate promises 2023 triple security allocation. Yesterday, during in Lagos State, and it was Southwest in Lagos State, somewhere around Maryland, a building was covered by flood, sinking. The Lagos County rescuers recovered 2 corpses since 9 persons. Rescuers recovered 2 corpses, saves 9 persons. The Labour Act Aviation Workers issued Labour Act Aviation Workers issued ultimatum. On strike, students to barricade expressway carpet. They will be kicked and students to barricade expressway today. Carpet. Little up traps Lagos Ibadan. Motor is 16 passengers for 15 hours. Yesterday's was something else. 16 hours and people were still Lagos. Two school fence collapse, kill 2 children in Lagos. Passengers stranded as Mina Bida Road caves in. Passengers stranded as Mina Bida Road caves in. Laughing stool, Atiba, descendants kick once selection process. This continued on the federal government versus ASU. Court adjourns proceedings till Friday. We are reading from the Nigerian Tribune this morning. No king has the right to claim paramount tenancy over others in Ondo. No king has the right to claim paramount tenancy over others in Ondo. Yes, let's look at economic-wise. Nigeria missing out on rare global oil boom opportunity. Nigeria missing out on rare global oil boom opportunity. Says woeful economy contributing to violence. Woeful economy contributing to violence. Describes 4 billion naira Tompolo contract as bizarre. Prosecute suspected oil thieves. Senate orders military and security chiefs. Falana is saying that I have evidence that government knows those behind crude oil theft and smuggling. I have evidence that government knows those behind crude oil theft and smuggling. Obi estimates 1.3 trillion naira worth of crude oil stolen. 1.3 trillion naira worth of crude oil stolen. That is equivalent to what the ASU is asking for, so as to go back to the lecture room. Airstrikes hit terrorist hospitals in Sambisa Forest. Airstrike hit terrorists and hospitals in Sambisa Forest. Buhari, despite our challenges, other nations still believe in Nigeria's potential. Despite our challenges, other nations still believe in Nigeria's potential. Nigeria had special place in Queen Elizabeth's heart, says lying. Nigeria had special place in Queen Elizabeth's heart, say Catherine Alanga. With that, I will want to say the link will be posted on the live chat. You can be part of the program. Click on that link so that we can give you the privilege to be part and contribute your quota to the program. Yes, let's see if anyone of us is going somewhere. Is going somewhere.
Just imagine.
No, the regulation. Confused, man. There's a regulation now. No. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Did you finally visit Osun State for the palliative? You never go.
Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
Let's look at the flood yesterday. Lagos. We had a building sinking in Maryland. 9 people were rescued and 2 people died. 2 people are missing, not found. Let's look at the situation. Can you assess the situation of flooding in Lagos?
Well, that could be largely attributed to the climate change, but that notwithstanding, I think the government parastatals in charge or saddled with responsibility of oversight of this building and whatever urban development should also take cognizance of the fact that they have not been living up to responsibility, and as such, we are recording in most recent time unimaginable level of building collapse, which have been, of course, due to largely due to structural defects and, of course, substandard materials are used in the execution of these structures. So over time, it's just a monumental disaster buying time to happen. And it's unfortunate that the masses continue to be the victim of this cruelty and deliberate and intentional impunity carried out by the instruments of the states. Because they should be held responsible.
The government to fix the drainages and the roads so as to not allow such a thing happen again.
Of course, there cannot be absorbed of this complicity, and the blood of these innocent ones continue to cry on them and their generation to come. Why? Because you failed to do what you ought to do. This is not just a national disaster. This is man-made. You see, as a result of man error, as I rightly said, that we have numbers of ungoverned space. The government does not pay attention to the nitty-gritties. Understanding the, of course, ecological change, alteration, and the ecosystem. I mean, the uh, uh, climate change. You should have acted proactively in preparation of what you should expect. There have been, of course, some reports or revelations from the meteorological department on the torrential rainfall. So, what is the government doing to put, things in check to get prepared before such thing begin to happen? So, I think they have more to do, and the drainage system are almost covered up by debris, by some no maintenance culture, and the narrow drainages need to be expanded to accommodate, of course, the much anticipated torrents or heavy rains.
Okay, should we blame the Lagos State government for the speed of building collapse, for not doing the needful from the beginning?
Of course, perhaps we might also blame the Nigerian journalists for not holding them to accountable and not doing the needful. No, well, if that is by that you mean if you are culpable, I may say yes, because no one can be exonerated in respect to the essence of media is to hold the government accountable and bring the attention of the government on areas that need urgent attention. But have you done that in the last 3 years? And can we have any proof to that you can't be absolved of the complicity? So the media and, of course, everyone should be held responsible. And it's unfortunate that Lagos State is said that the people that said they built Lagos, I don't know which of the Lagos they built. Is it this retarded and backward Lagos? What is to be desired in Lagos that you claim you build? You see, Lagos should be the most remote region. There is no urban planning of Lagos. Lagos was just anybody comes and erect whatever he feel like, and the government, there is no, plans, urban planning for Lagos. That's why you experience traffic conjunctions, and all manner of most of the drainage waterways have been taken over, occupied by people. So it's very unfortunate.
They are dead. All these things you drink, bottles and...
Yeah, bottles. That should be, of course, facilities to recycle these materials. There are some that are not biodegradable, should be recycled. And by so doing, you create jobs for teeming population of your citizens, rather than resorting to Okada riding. I think that could, of course, create more employment for the people. It's just that we have people within the corridor of fire who are not knowledgeable enough, or perhaps exploitative in nature. They wouldn't want to empower the masses, invest on human capital development. It's unfortunate.
Cubana was attacked. We have Ifeanyi attacked. You have even the president attacked. Obi said that there might be a plot to attack him, but Keyamo, in response, said that he wants to stage a plan. He's staging a assassination plot. He wants to stage it so as to get sentiment from people. Let me see your response.
Mentioning these people, are you not aware that I've been attacked on several occasions, and you don't pay attention to that? You are referring to Cubana and all that. Funigas have attacked me have threatened me in several occasions, but I understood that could be...
Is your friend?
Is my friend. Yes, in the making. I believe we can, at any moment, become a friends. But that notwithstanding, I think nobody is left in this attack syndrome. You see, waking up, coming to your place of work, just that you survived attack, that's why you are here today. There are several people who also apply the same roads, but we are victims of attack. The fact that you are survival of today, of course, guarantee the possibility of becoming a victim of tomorrow. But we don't pray for that. So it is the situation we found ourselves. Nobody is safe in this country. And that is a clear indication, of course, and attests to the fact that this is a failed system. A system where the supposed citizens' rights and security is no longer guaranteed by the states. And it's so unfortunate that, of course, what is happening, everybody could be the next victim. But we will continue to call for an, of course, for an emergency to be
I
declared.
don't know whether I got the question. Keyamo is saying that Obi is planning to state manage a fake assassination attempt.
Well, assassination is not something you should play with, and the Keyamo has been, I don't know, is just an opportunist, a man who claimed to be an activist, but when the opportunity calls for him to defend the interests of the masses, unfortunately turn against the masses because of the juicy positions or whatever crumbs that falls from the table. So Keyamo is not a man you should listen to. And I have understood the person or personality of Peter B. Peter B is not anyhow going man. He's a man of integrity. I mean, he's above whatever is being alleged or accused of. He cannot manage his assassination to make what impression, to impress the likes of Keyamo or who. That is madness. Who is Keyamo for crying loud? In comparison to P2B, in terms of words, in terms of impact, in terms of moral standing and all that. So Keyamo is not somebody, he's just a mere political bulldog, being used, of course, for the master's bid. So I didn't pay attention to that. Of course, it's not very clear, and I believe that P2B has been, of course, he should know that he's a target because the move might possibly have dislodged these cabals who has held onto power and has of course, the technical know-how, the material, the money, and the snipers, of course, to execute anyone that may stand their way. So he's a potential threat, and I believe that the God of the people and the God of equity and justice will guide him in as much as he remains focused to affecting humanity in this cause.
Okay, Nnamdi Kanu will be standing before the appeal court today. And also there's a lockdown in the southeast and Buhari visiting Imo State. What do you take of all this?
Well, Buhari visiting Imo State for me does not make any difference. If the life and property of the citizens are not protected, that should be priority should be given to this. And if the government has failed in this, so it's needless. Whatever you are doing is a mere political jamboree and does not in any way, of course, add to the people's safety, welfare, and overall well-being. So that is perhaps for his own selfish aggrandizements. Doesn't make any sense. And is a vote of no confidence on him. But when the people, of course, are not there to herald and to rally around him, it shows that his presence, of course, means nothing. And his absence, of course, would not make any impact. So if, as a president, the people of Imo State have rejected you, the resort, of course, to sitting at home, because you, as a president, is not even safe, let alone guaranteeing their safety. So it is a clear and unequivocal, of course, and a resounding position of the people's perception about him. So otherwise, why wouldn't they troop out to, of course, welcome and herald the president?
Look at the coincidence.
They have rejected him as their president, and of course, their action speaks louder than what we can envisage.
Yeah, the coincidence that the same day he's visiting Imo State, that same day Nnamdi Kanu is visiting.
Yes, they, of course, observed, according to the IPOB PRO, public, what do you call them again? Yes, Imam Powerful, publicity secretary. He said that everybody within those terrains should, of course, sit at home in honor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's unjustly, of course, been tried in Nigerian's high courts. Today is the hearing, and unfortunately, the media are not, of course, showing this events. This is not right, but it is clear that the governor. It is clear that the governor of Imo State, or perhaps the supreme governor of Imo State, and the president of Nigeria per se is no longer in control of the territorial region of the Old Eastern people. Otherwise, whose voice should you hear? Whose voice do they listen to? You see, it's the one that have influence and commands on the people that the people listens to. The man, of course, the people that the man has unflinching love and respect for the people is what the people are craving towards. That's why, of course, the more than 100% compliance on this sit at home is a total rejection of the Nigerian government or presence, which, of course, have not been felt ever in the Old Eastern region. So it is a kudos, as far as I'm concerned, to Mazin Nandekano, and whose trial continues today. And we believe that the course of justice perhaps might be forced to take place.
Okay, let's look at the Queen Elizabeth. Cardinal Lang, who is she is the High Commissioner, British High Commissioner to Nigeria, said that the late Queen Elizabeth, Nigeria was so dear to her heart. I want to look at history.
That is the height of rascality and being, of course, trying to manage the truth. So I don't disagree. I don't agree with that position. I saw a viral video where the Queen, when he visited the Eastern region, was throwing sweets. I mean, on the air for people to pick, both the adult and the young. You see, that is one of the dehumanizing nature of the personality of course, the Queen. A woman who saw 3.5 million children killed and over 5 million, both including children and adults, massacred in a more bloody, of course, struggle for freedom, and refused to act and refused to show any empathy and sympathy to the people. How should she be? Of course, if by Nigeria he means, of course, the Old Eastern regions are not endeared to him, well, to her rather. Well, I may agree with that, but from events and history, I have come to understand that this is a woman who is, of course, who does not, of course, reflect what she claims to be. If she should be a mother of all, then this 3.5 million children should have, of course, be vindicated, and the perpetrators of such a heinous crime, that is the highest atrocity, war crime in the history of humanity, and have not been addressed under her watch for 70 years. And it's unfortunate that people are eulogizing her rather, but her impact was not fair because they keep on exploiting the entire Africans under the extension of their dynasty. But that has not in any way, of course, added to the liberty and the freedom and well-being of the people. They are largely responsible for the backwardness of the African people, and have extended their colonialism, colonial rule of the Africans. But that's notwithstanding, we owe the blame, and we must take, of course, the responsibility of charting a way forward for ourselves, and the liberty and freedom we so much desire must come through struggle. And this struggle, perhaps, everyone has a stake in that. And if you must have struggle or freedom, then you'll be prepared to pay the ultimate price.
Thank you very much. Yes, let's look at whether there are updates. I have Auntie Otumba Kule. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, sir. Good morning, everybody.
Let's look at yesterday. There was a downpour in Lagos. Assess the situation in Lagos yesterday. Hold up 16 hours at that bridge.
Which bridge? Kara or Third Mainland, or which one? Kara Bridge. The problem with the government, I don't know why that express, the Ibadan Expressway, has not been done. I don't know why. it's been from one government to another government to another government. I don't know whether they are turning it to cash cow, because what's so difficult it's either they are owing the contractors or the contractors is not living up to expectation. I think this is why, this is an unserious country where we use 20 years to build just 120 kilometers roads. Lagos to Ibadan, we are using almost how many years? It started from Obasanjo. Obasanjo transferred it to Jonathan, to Yaradua. Yaradua demise. Jonathan continued with it. Now, till now, Buhari 8 years, we've not still yet get to the promised land of that road. So I don't know what is really going on. I think we have to. There's a question for Fashola to answer on that issue of Lagos-Ibadan road.
What of the collapse building in Lagos? Building collapse in
Yeah,
Lagos?
that is what you should be expecting.
Apart from,
there's a climate change, and Lagos is a coastal city, and a lot of default structures are on ground in Lagos that they need to have been pulled down because they expire. The what's it called? Existent lifespan has expired. There are buildings of 60 years, 40 years in Lagos that needs to be checked on, right, by the people in charge under Lagos state government. That's the Lagos building, supervisory ministry. So that's a lot of laxity in the governance of monitoring the, property sector in this country, because a lot of properties in this country, they have outlived the years they meant to live. They meant to sustain.
Okay, let's look at the Lagos state government. Are they absorbed of all these things?
You can't. They can't absorb them. You cannot absorb them because it's their duty. That is why we elected what we elected them for, to be responsive, to be quite responsible to their duty. So for their duties, So what I'm saying now is, any building collapse in Lagos you see now is the negligence. It's caused by the negligence of the people in charge. Who are the people in charge? The Lagos State building, ministry that supervises the Ministry of Interior generally. Interior. So I don't know why all this collapse every time. I don't know. Apart from being a coastal city, being a Gulf city, Lagos people has to wake up. The people in charge of governance of Lagos has to wake up.
Okay, let's look at now with the campaign season is here, and we are some candidates are worried about their safety. Keyamo also said he claimed that Obi plans to state manage an assassination plot.
See, I think what is happening now is going to they are trying to create discord between two regions. That's the Western region and the Eastern region.
Who are they that are trying to create
There's discord? A political people, man, as it is. Obi has been coming to Lagos, has been doing his rally, the 1 million rally, nobody attacked them. Obi was in, Redeemed Christian Church of God. You can't tell me they attacked him on his way back. We knew where the discount tune was coming from. You see, I have to be very frank. Because before they start attacking, because the same Obi that is saying they want to attack, a lot of attack is happening on this even Flip TV. You know them, once you want to say your mind out, they want to gag you. As Obi is, let Obi bring evidence. And it started with Charlie Boy. I think our Eastern brothers should stop all this discord, ethnicity discord that will bring serious issues. Because Charlie Boy came the other time that why are Yoruba so hostile to the Igbos? Why are they, but you never look at the genesis of all this problem. As I'm talking to you now, the two regions, they are beefing themselves.
But there's no need for...
There's no need. That's why I don't know. That's why I don't need. We are not war. And somebody like an elder, like Charlie Boy, that stays in Bagada for how many years? They even named this place after him. He doesn't have a house there. He rented. To the extent that somebody came out that he holds them years of rent for you to be talking that Yorubas are not welcome. We remember those days when the area father would come out with bike, come to Ikeja under bridge, mobilize all the what's it called, the Okada riders, lead them for protest. We remember all those things. The Yorubas, are they not supporting him? So when people are growing, they need to grow up with age. You know, it's just starting. Everybody's just throwing.
Politicians are the ones.
They are the ones. They are the ones choking. Obi is a free man anywhere, can enter anywhere. So why all this blackmailing? Why all this thing that they want to kill him? They want to do that. You could hear some mad
elements might take advantage of that.
Some elements.
They want to cause
a lot of. I just told you what Charlie Boy just said not too long. The area boy father, that we are hostile, we are too this thing that, and we are all here. Everybody is selling his goods. Nobody disturb me. Baba, did anybody disturb Igbos here? So it's. People need to be think before they talk.
Are you blaming the people or the politicians?
I blame people, I blame politicians, because who are the people following, who are the ones following politicians? They're not the same people with, that don't even have any post, that are just looking for, where, they're just being blinded, to be supporting any fake, any blackmailing, you see, Nigerian politics is a very dirty politics. That's why they tell you it's a do or die. Somebody tell you it's a do or die the other time. One ex-president, you remember that it's a do or die. General Obasanjo said so. President Obasanjo said so. Do or die politics, and that do or die is what the other politicians has been following. Say either you go down or I go down. So that's just it. And politics shouldn't be. Politics are supposed to be ideological based. Politics.
I pray this should not escalate to another thing.
That is what is good. They are trying to, because we are so divided. We are divided in going to politics.
To whose advantage?
To whose advantage? Is to the people that don't mean well for this country advantage. And definitely, if they will use that, if they have their way, it can be at the betterment of what we have been looking for. That everybody should stand on their own, so that there won't be one tribal, banter throwing on each other. I was even reading that a vote for Peter Obi is a vote for moving Port Harcourt port, Nigerian port, to south or southeast, and all those Jackman senseless. We live, we not invest, that's just, did our people pass through school or school pass through them? I don't even know. That is why you have the kind of demonic people around that want to just throw, discord, ethnic discord. If it's happened, they won't stay here. They will all run out. They will not run. Their children are not here. Their family are not here. As you're growing old, you have to live like a statesman, not just throwing anything on, not just throwing anything. He's a public figure. Obi is a public figure. Obi has security. Obi has all these things. But why all these things? You sending message that you got a plan that they want to kill you because they vote for Obi is a vote for. Is that not ethnicity campaign? Is that not ethnicity campaign? When last you hear all those people that we even complaining of, article that is saying they vote for Abuki is a vote for Fulani, is a vote for. Maturity has to come with the election, that the electoral, candidacy.
Okay, let's go back to Ondo State. Akeredolu apologizes to clerics over Muslim ticket.
He has to. Because what is good for the good is good for the gander. It's always been Muslim, Christian, this thing. But at the same time, will religion help? Don't let us ample on the religion, because the religions have blinded us. Religions are blind us. It's only in Nigeria I say that we always want to be holier than Pope. You have bad Muslims, you have bad Christians. That's why we should throw the religion issues out. Religion should be a private affairs. You don't law you don't law religion on people. And you don't relate religion with governance. It's because of the problem on ground of this country. That is why we are so disintegrated. With religion crisis. We started with ethnic. If ethnic did not work, they will slaughter on religion. Who cares? Who cares? Why is it that in foreign countries they will pick up? I would still say Barack Obama. We need to be civilized. We are more civilized than all this one we're saying. And I'm saying, if I even want to stay in Nigeria here, and is a sick man, and Nigeria is a sick man. And once the country is sick, the citizen definitely will be sick, right? And you want treatment. They take you to hospital. Are you going to ask your doctor, the consultant, that are you a Christian or a Muslim? No. So tell me. Me, I go to church any time I feel like, because I don't want to become a religious bigot. My mama was Muslim before she died. My father was Christian, and we live in harmony. And it's not all Muslims that is bad. Everybody look at Muslims as terrorists. You see, I know where this thing is coming from. The issues, those that still believe that there should be Nigeria, they should change their narrative. That
there shouldn't be Nigeria.
No, not that there shouldn't be Nigeria. Those that still believe in Nigeria and that still believe in the campaign, electoral campaign of Nigeria.
INEC has cancelled over 1 million voters, saying that there are irregularities. This current registration, over 1 million have been.
So who are you going to hold responsible for that? Who are you going to hold responsible? That's why the CSO, the what's it called, civil society organization should come out, activists, and tackle that man in charge of INEC.
They said irregularities. Double voter registration.
Double voter registration.
Yeah, that's why they had to look at those people that are faulty. They had to remove it.
Once they explain themselves, I think so be it. 1 million or what?
Over 1 million.
Over 1 million. And in what part did they state
they have not come out?
They should name all the states, all the places they carry out those that those things those irregularities affected. So they should name it. Don't just give us half information. Let it be full. Let us hear your full information. Why we have to do this? That is the problem. Somebody will just come on here and tell us they've cancelled 1 million voters registration because of irregularity. Where are the areas that all these things happen?
And they need to reveal the areas.
They need to. Because if they don't reveal it,
what do you suspect?
The rights may be infringed on. What they are saying now may not be totally true. What they are saying now, this is election. Government in power, and they have to dance to their tunes. You could see what happened during the Humphrey Wosu era.
Yeah.
That it was even slapped because they said they should stop counting the announcement of the election because they put him there. They believe they can control Humphrey Wosu, and that's the best. One of the best. After no, you can even say Ovil whiskey. We never really grew up much to know the background of Ovil whiskey, but I'm talking of Humphrey Wosu. Somebody that can stand by his conscience, and say, this is what is right and I have to do it, no matter how many guns you put on my neck. So that is the way, if Nigerians can follow suit of that man attitude, from that man, exemplary, life, the country will be better off. Okay. Because a lot of us, we are just scared to say the truth out. We talk the truth with half mouth, we just only give out half truths. And that's about Nigeria. Okay, and that's what always leads to blackmailing. That's always leads to character assassination in this country. There's a lot of character assassination going on in this country now. And people are just so bad as comparing them to bandits, to Boko Haram. Likewise, it's not until you carry a gun, when you assassinate somebody, what's it called, characters, that means you are more or less a bandit, right? You are more or less a Boko Haram. So what's the difference?
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, we have somebody online, 2 persons online. Let's receive our viewers this morning so that they can contribute to the program today. Let's receive 2 call-ins this morning. Before I call in Mr. Matthew. Who is online? Okay, I have Mr. Matthew. Good morning, Mr. Matthew. Okay, we have... Okay. So good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chris.
Let's look at some of the reports that we have this morning. Today, a lockdown in the southeast. We have the president visiting Imo State, and the lockdown is a result of Nnamdi Kanu. We are appearing before the court today. What are your sentiments? What do you take out from those developments?
This is not the first time we are witnessing lockdown in the southeast, and I think it has become necessary for every voice of reason to prevail on the Nigerian government to do the needful. And the needful is to respect the decision of the UN that said Nnamdi Kanu should be released without further delay and unconditionally. So for me, I think the reason we are seeing the lockdown, I hope I've not hidden it, is because of the continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu. And whether we like it or not, the lockdown is having toll on economic activities in the southeast. And I think the best way to resolve the impasse is for the federal government, because it becomes legitimate when UN, even after inviting the Nigerian government to go and state their own position, why they feel otherwise, fail to show up. So it shows that Nigerian government don't have a good case. Under such circumstances, the right thing to do is to release the man. Because anything IPOB does now, they'll be justified. Because if UN have said release this man immediately and unconditionally, so why are you still keeping him? In the face of your own refusal to come and ventilate your opinion at the global stage. So, like I said earlier on, the lockdown is going to come with economic hardship. But I think as a people in the southeast, they have to bear it, because it is already established that proponents of Biafra agitation are resolute in their position. They cannot even say, even an OB presidency will not even make them change their position. And that is why it's unfortunate that the so-called leaders, they don't know how to resolve crisis. You want to resolve crisis, you go to the epicenter of it. And you cannot deny the fact Nigeria is not working. You cannot deny the fact that issues being raised by even Nnamdi Kanu that are genuine. Because if you look at the way Nigeria is being run, the resources that is carrying Nigeria as an entity, you understand that even the northern part of the country, they have solid mineral resources in abundance, and there is no articulation as to what the natural resources in the north is bringing to the table, particularly gold, for instance. That's a situation where states like Zamfara and some other states in the north, there is constant and continuous mining of gold. And this they do in collaboration with some foreigners, and the money that is supposed to accrue to federal government is going to private hands, and nobody's talking. So you see that Nnamdi Kanu has a point. That is why the best way to resolve this crisis in Nigeria is to go back to regional governance. Let each region manage what they have and pay less tax to the center. If you do it that way, you will have less tension when it comes to who rule Nigeria, because you would have removed that money that is causing crisis at that level. But especially where the states go cap in hand, begging federal government for funds on a monthly basis in the name of going to share money from FAC, is the major reason you are seeing the political gladiators in the build-up to this 2023. They can do virtually anything to have that position because of their no more resources and no more power that's vested in the office of the presidency. Here we are equally talking about 68 items that is supposed to be on concurrent list, that is on exclusive legislative list, that is stampeding development. The major one, the issue of security. So for me, I think the lockdown in the south is, as unfortunate as it is the desire of it is to drive home a point that the federal government should release Nnamdi Kanu, and most importantly, that the political class in the southeast should synergize and liaise with federal government to see to the possibility of having a political solution to the issue of Nnamdi Kanu.
Okay, let's look at this between Keyamo, Peter Obi. On APC is saying that Peter Obi is playing the ethnic card. Keyamo is saying that he wants to stage an assassination attempt.
Even as I have not gotten to know the variety of the claim, I think the spokesman of APC Presidential Council in the person of Barrister Festus Keyamo was too hasty. His reaction, his response. But how did he arrive at that conclusion that the man is trying to fake his own assassination attempt? I think what the government needed to do, what the authorities needed to do, because this thing is not about whether the person is in opposition or is in the ruling party. We are talking about alleged assassination attempts. It should be taken seriously. I can remember back then in 2015, when Buhari was already a candidate of APC, and APC was in opposition, Jonathan was the president then. There was a situation where his convoys were attacked. And I did remember that Buhari himself said that even Jonathan administration had given him enough vehicle that bulletproof to protect him. So that is what it should be. It should not be that because this man is in opposition, if he raises an issue, you don't look at the merits. What the government needed to do is look at the merit of his claim, treat it as such, not just waving it away for hand because he's an opposition and because he's already a threat to your candidate. For me, I think for Keyamo is too hasty in that level what actually his claim, okay. Whether it is
in Lagos, we had reports yesterday that a building, sinking building, 9 people were rescued from that building, 2 people missing.
I think flooding is a major issue in Lagos. And for the government to resolve it, they need to rework so many drainage. So many drainage is not properly designed. So many, you see some areas, even as they try to clear drainages before the rainy season proper, that is not necessarily addressing the issue. Because if you don't have good drainage system, no matter how you clear the drainage system, it will not address it. A good example is this environment we are. If it rains heavily, cat and dog, come to this point, you see flood. That is not to say you don't have drainage here, but the drainage is not adequate. That's what I can understand. So I think it goes beyond clearing the drainage before the rainy season proper. And I sympathize with Lagos State government because what it takes to address the issue of drainage holistically in Lagos is not a child's play. But again, it is a responsibility upon their shoulder. They have a responsibility to do it. So they should look inward and
issue. I think the network did not capture that.
Okay. What I said earlier on is that if Obi is making an allegation of assassinated attempts, I think the right thing to do is for the authorities, the government, to look at the merits of his claim, of his allegation, and do the needful. And to do the needful is to do a proper investigation and unravel who is actually attempting to assassinate a presidential candidate. One of the runners in the presidential election. Because it is not about whether the person is in PDP, is in APC, is in Labour Party. It's about an attempt on a life of a Nigerian, a leading presidential candidate for that matter. I could recall in sometime 2015, when APC was in opposition and Muhammadu Buhari was already the candidate of APC, there was an assassination attempt on Muhammadu Buhari himself. And Muhammadu Buhari came out to tell the world that the government under Jonathan has given him enough security and enough vehicle that are bulletproof to protect him. So this is an opposition presidential candidate speaking in the light of what the ruling government was doing. So I expect this government to reciprocate, to do the same thing. If a presidential candidate, it must not be P2B, can be even a Shore or any person for that matter, makes an allegation that his life is under threat or there is an attempted assassination against his life, I think government should take it seriously. Because the way you are in the ruling party, nobody, you are like above the law. But we must speak the truth that his response is too hasty. It's like a written script. He has written it down that anytime any person from opposition makes a claim, he will just release it. The way he responded so swiftly. So for me, I think that response is too hasty. We should look at the merit of his allegation, do an investigation, and if anyone is found wanted, arrest and prosecute him. Don't forget that recently in Osun State election, there was an allegation that some hoodlums who operated under the auspices of Nigerian Union of Road Transport Workers were planning to perpetrate crime in that election. They were swiftly arrested by the military and they nipped it in the bud. I don't know who came to the salvation of that situation, but that is the right thing to do. It's irrespective of whether the person who is making the allegation is in the ruling party or not. The right thing to do is to be unbiased. Because as a president, Muhammadu Buhari, you are the president of Nigeria, not the president of APC or the president of Daura, as the case may be. So, if there is allegation of assassination attempt from any person in Nigeria, whether a presidential candidate, a government candidate, even ordinary Nigerian citizens, I think the right thing to do is to take it seriously and do a proper investigation, rather than waving it up with a wave of hand.
Let's look at the federal government versus ASU. It has been adjourned till Friday.
I think the federal government should
resolving this situation?
I think the federal government should do the needful, because this, if you now go to national industrial court and the court makes a pronouncement compelling ASU to resume, and ASU resumes, has that solved the problem? Obviously no. And we are not seeing a new wave in the educational sector of brain drain. Lecturers leaving the country in drone, like what we are seeing in the health sector. So how long do we continue in this trajectory? Because as we speak, we are talking about lack of manpower in educational sector, good hands, capable, competent hands, eggheads. So if you frustrate them out of the country, how then do you resolve the issue and get graduates who are employable? So for me, I think the government, they are not being sincere. Because this same government has spent, we cannot stop saying it. This same government has spent 1.48 trillion naira to carry about turn around the maintenance of our refineries. And they are not working. And the refineries, as we are made to understand, had the capacity to refine up to 80 million, put together, up to 80 million liters of PMS if they work at 90% in stock capacity. So if we are getting that, at least we will know what we are importing.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is the federal government should, even if it means borrowing, I've said it severally, borrowing 2 trillion to resolve the issue of ASU is not bad. Because we are talking about human capital that has to do with the skill, the knowledge and experience that is needed to solve all Nigerian problems. And the government is not taking it seriously, perhaps because they have their children schooling abroad. It's not surprising, because Mr. President Muhammad Buhari, Atiku, name them, they all have their children schooling abroad. All of them, virtually all of them, have their children schooling abroad. So what affects ordinary man, common man, do not affect them. So as far as they are concerned, the education sector can collapse, their children will get better education abroad, come back here at the expense of the common man, take the job that is meant for Nigerians at the expense of the common man. Because they have they even come as expatriates. So for me, I think ASU is NSC and TUC is the problem here. The reason is not far-fetched. The reason I say NSC and TUC, when we saw NSC, TUC coming to the aid of ASU, we were happy. Little did we know that Ali Baba was only doing it for a show of popularity. But for me, I think they should come back and synergize with ASU for federal government to see reason to address the issue of ASU. We are talking about
PDP. A party chieftain has said, if Ayu quits the party, the chairman of the party, if he quits, PDP is going to get into bigger trouble.
If you ask me, I will tell you that there are bastros around the neck of the PDP presidential candidate is self-imposed. Because in a way, I think you mismanage the whole situation. You have a situation where you already emerged as the chairman or the presidential candidate of the party, and you visited Wike. Wike already made a pledge and commitment to work with you. Then in the process of getting your running mate, that is where you got it wrong. Nobody is saying Okowa is not qualified to be the running mate, but if you knew you wanted to use Okowa, there was no point setting up a committee. The committee went ahead and did voting. Out of 17, as we were made to understand, 14 voted in favor of Wike. And by the time you are presenting Okowa, you made it look like Okowa, that is a Wike, is not competent. Because we are talking about competency, the person that will succeed and all that. But for me, I think the only way you can resolve it is for Atiku himself to get involved. Because all the committee issue will not help it. Because Atiku is the architect of the problem. And the only way he can resolve it is to get involved himself. And if you look at the position of Wike and his group, though they don't want people to call it Wike and his group, they want to look at it from the angle of Southern stakeholders. But whether I like it or not, I would prefer to use Wike and his group. If you look at it from that angle, I think they have some level of justification. Because Ayu himself have made pledge that if the party presidential candidate comes for the North, he will resign. So they're anchoring his resignation on the basis of his words. But again, PDP is looking at the implication of the party chairman leaving the state currently. Now, considering the legal implication and all that. So it is a Herculean task for PDP, if I must tell you. But however you look at it, it is something they can resolve if there is a sense of purpose on the part of the presidential candidate. And don't forget that the PDP Board of Trustees chairman voluntarily resigned. Nothing stopping even Ayu himself from doing the same. But I can understand that the money they use in purchasing PDP form, nomination form and expression of interest, 40 million and 5 million as the case may be. I think it runs into 45 million. Nomination form and expression of interest. That is a good money. I don't think any Nigerian politician will want to allow another person to manage it. I'm only joking, so I don't know whether
you were once a politician.
whether any Nigerian politician will allow another person to manage such fund. Perhaps that may be the reason how you want to stay put. But however I look at it, I think they can resolve it if there's a set of purpose.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Let's see if there's anyone that want to contribute to the program. Let me touch that guy. Is there anybody online this morning that wants to? Yeah, one person. We have one person. I believe it might be Sunday. Mr. Sunday, good morning.
No, Christian, it's not Mr. Sunday, it's Udeze.
Okay, Mr. Odeze Chima. Good morning, Mr. Odeze Chima. I can see you. Yes.
Yeah, good morning, Christian, and good morning, everybody over there. You know, I just want to contribute this morning based on some certain things. Are you getting me? This is a public platform. Are you getting me? So it's high time you advise the reviewers on how to use their words, especially Mr. Kunle. Mr. Kunle is a nepotistic man and tribal bigot. Are you getting me? You don't need to come here and start castigating a whole tribe from the southeast. Okay, this is not the first, this is not the second, and this is not. He should stop such. The last time Olure met Tinubu and the Tinubu made a threat against Mr. Peter Obi, what did against the Andoba of Lagos made a threat against the Igbos in Lagos that he would throw them into the lagoon? What did Mr. Kunle say? A man came out here and was trying to tell you that there was a security threat against him from intelligence, that some people are trying to assassinate him. And he is a front runner in the ongoing presidential campaign and presidential election that is coming up next year. The only thing left for the government on board now on security agencies in Nigeria is to go straight and tackle or beef up the security around him. Just like Mr. Matthew said, when Buhari came out and started making such a claim also that Jonathan went forth and gave him extra security, they granted his security. That is what Buhari should do at the moment. And Mr. Kule is here, instead of going straight to tackle the topic at hand, he's here making noise and saying that Igbo should stop making noise, that they are doing this. He's a stupid man by saying that. I'm sorry to use that word. I'm an Igbo man. He's not come here and start making noise and start insulting a whole tribe. I will not sit here and watch him make such a derogatory statement against my tribe. He should stop such from now henceforth. He's fond of this. This is a public platform for crying out loud. He should make a statement. He should make a comment.
Mr. Odeze
Not this
Chima,
nonsense he's saying here.
For your contribution. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Figuratively, let's contribute figuratively. Let's not direct our words to a person. Do you have any other person online this morning? Do you have another person online this morning? Let me touch that. I have Okudam. Good morning, Okudam.
Good morning, Mr. Christian. How do you?
Yeah. Let's look at other issues.
In Jesus' name, Father, I thank thee, I bless thee, and magnify your name. Be glorified in Jesus' name. Be glorified on behalf of all our fans. Be glorified on behalf of all Mazin Namdekalo, Salmon Ekpa Autopilot, Omoda Autopilot, ESN Autopilot, IPOB Autopilot. Be glorified in Jesus' name. Daddy, I thank you on behalf of Flip TV. You made it possible for us to stand here and view our mind and to talk the situation of the nation. Be glorified and continue to bless Flip TV in Jesus' name. I thank you on behalf of Sunday Bohu, Amateku, and Odua Republic, who are struggling to be free as we are struggling to be free. Lord, grant us our freedom in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. And today, set Namdekalo free in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. I am Mr. Akpara, the new Oko Condemn in this Republic of Biafra, led by Masin Namdekalo and his IPOB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Masin Namdekalo. Long live Salmon Autopilot. Long live Omada autopilot. Long live ESN autopilot. Long live IPOB autopilot. Long live Sunday Bohu, Amateku, all the Republic. All of us will live and get our freedom in Jesus' name. Amen.
Yeah, let's start with the Nnamdi Kanu trial. What are you expecting this morning?
By God's grace, I am expecting that Nnamdi Kanu should gain his freedom today. By God's grace. Because European Union, United Nations have much pressure on Nigeria. And I'm expecting that United Nations and European Union should send their delegates to come monitor the election. I don't feel that there will be any adjournment today. That's number one. Number two, I feel that the judge himself should be fair, should be honest, because Nigeria don't have any case, tangible case they present against Nnamdi Kanu. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel that today should be a day of jubilation in the land of Biafra. I feel that today Nnamdi Kanu will travel back to his father's home peacefully, without any harassing on the road. That's what I feel today. Nigeria should not break the law, the agreement, their signature.
What is the agreement?
The agreement, their signature with the United Nations. Freedom of speech, freedom of agitation, they should not violate it. Although Nigeria did not work with law, but Nigeria should remember that this order is according to the United Nations chart, not according to the Nigerian constitution, that they break as they like, they break as they feel. Not so. Today I pray in the name of Father Yahweh that Lord, by the grace of Lord Jesus Christ, that Nnamdi Kanu should be free in Jesus' name.
Okay, let's
Amen.
look at lockdown in the southeast and Buhari visiting Imo State, your state.
You see, the funny thing is this. I don't have money to buy data. I can watch it. But I am sure because the lockdown or sit at home have already been in place. And that I got both all the whole factions of IPOB, both IPOB, autopilot, under Simon Ekpa, IPOB, DOS, under Chike Dozie and Co. The one under Nelly Ofebu also. The one under I think Judith Okoronkwo, which Nnamdi Kanu, American lawyer, was involved on that one. I think there are four factions of IPOB now. All of them have agreed. First time all of them come in one accord. Sit at home today. These people give their own. DOS, for the president is traveling. There'll be no welcome to him. Everybody shoot at home. Autopilot, IPOB, did not put it because of president. They put it because of Nnamdi Kanu court case today. So if you see in every other round, in all round, that God is at work for today sit at home. So I don't think that so-called President Buhari going there have any effect on the sit at home. Nobody come out to greet him because one is against him. One is sit at home, one is against Buhari. The other one is against Nnamdi Kanu. So both sides are sitting at home. So it will be, the whole Southeast will be like a ghost town today. Even take yesterday to compare today, how it will be. Yesterday there was...
You know Amaraku?
Amaraku, I think Amaraku is around the low side also.
Yeah, there are people gathering there to welcome the president.
You know, those people, watch them. They are Uzodinma allies. They are Uzodinma patronizers. And watch them, they are paid people. Most of them are not Biafrans. Most of them are Fulani. Go and check. They are not Biafrans. They are not Biafrans.
That's a tough one.
Eh?
That's a tough allegation.
I said, go and check. Say, you're a journalist. If you cannot be investigation journalist, send somebody to go investigate. Neither they were paid. They were Uzodinma selected. Members of Ebubagu. Members of Ebubagu, they will come in the name of Southeast. Okay, if you come in the whole Imo State, it's only Amaraku that to come out to welcome the president. Does it mean that the whole Biafrans have come? Does it mean the whole Imo State people have come? Does it mean the whole Igbos have come? Does it mean the whole Biafrans have come? That one is there are a bunch of people.
Okay.
There are people who are irresponsible. There are people who hate themselves. There are people who accept evil. And to watch, most of them might come from that little area. Therefore, he know them. He paid them to come. But I pray that they should not receive water today. That's my prayer. May God not allow them to receive water today. But watch out. That they are Ebubago members, families, or they are not indigenous of Biafrans. They are Fulanis.
But the president will be there to commission roads in Imo State.
Which
of the governor, Uzodinma.
Which road is he commissioning? Which road? Uzodinma did not start any road fresh. He only do patching of the road. Is the patching of the road they are coming to commission? A whole president. They're not ashamed. But you're your governor. You come to commission a road that republished. Onitsha Owerri Road to Omaya Port Harcourt Road was built by Obasanjo. The only thing, as I travel this last time, the road needs a thorough maintenance. So you cannot maintain a road and come and commission it. You're not the one that built it. So and moreover, watch out. Anytime Nnamdi Kanu will come to court, the so-called President Buhari never be in Abuja. He must surely travel out of Abuja. Rather he travel to Europe or wherever or go so-called medical checkup. This time he don't have any place to travel again. Therefore, you have to take a stupid court of Uzodinma, stupid court of Imo State to take a suit to sneak out of Abuja to go to Imo State. I don't know if he stay in Abuja, the day Nnamdi Kanu will appear in court. I don't know whether there's a lion that will pursue him in Abuja. I don't know whether his life will be threatened in Abuja. I don't know. It's not for the president to say what he knows. That's all.
Let's look at the lawyer, the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu. They are in court as we speak. They are currently in court as we speak. Let's look at P2B. Fani Kayode is saying that P2B is trying to strike another cause for a civil war by his statements.
Who says so?
Fani Kayode, Femi Fani Kayode, former aviation minister.
Fani Kayode should come and prove it. That thing P2B is saying, P2B is not my candidate. P2B is not representing me. P2B is from Nigeria. I am from Biafra. But if Fani Kayode know that what he's saying is reality, let him bring the proof. Let us investigate it. How P2B is trying to scare the civil war. Jagaba, his own brother, is he not scaring civil war? Who accused P2B that P2B is playing tribal politics? I think it's in paper. APC, I think it's in paper. Both people accuse P2B that is sharing being the cause of civil war, although that to say is playing political tribal politics, should come and bring their facts. Let us examine it. Not using political war mouth to destroy people. Even if I thought Fani Kayode, where was he in 2015 when APC used all sorts of words against Jonathan and PDP? That time he was in PDP. What was his action of Fani Kayode? Emilonko, now Igbo language, now Hausa language. Is it the language of general language of Nigeria? Is it not the language of one tribe, Yoruba? Is it not tribal language that Emilonko is? Which are happy to be spoken? Emilonko, which are happy to be spoken? That he's trying to stir up civil war. Look, I told you, I don't believe in Nigerian politics. I don't support P2B. I don't support Atiku. I don't support Kwakwazo. I don't support Tulumbu. I only support Biafra. I only support the Oduduwa Republic. I only support Biafra Republic. But sometimes you have to complain. You have to comment. Sometimes you have to speak out. Sometimes you have to say the truth. The way APC party are going this time around, if any other political party go like that, I think this election will not hold. They are taking it to the extreme. They are taking it in the wrong way. Look at the evil that are happening to Biafras in this Lagos since this time. From the time of registration up to this day, you will see that if these words did it or not, they will come out in violence. But the Biafrans are not coming out in violence. Because we never go to a place and destroy that place. We go to people's place and build it. We don't go to destroy.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's look at other report this morning.
Yeah.
Flooding in Lagos State.
You see, the flood in Lagos State, people do not understand. In this Lagos State, God is saving us. You know, let me tell you the truth. Lagos State is a state that accommodates so many tribes. Forget about what may be happening once in a while. Forget about that. God is saving people in Lagos State concerning flood. Go check all over the world now. There's a flood disaster all over the world. Look at the Pakistan. Pakistan to the extent, the whole region were swept off. People were floating on the water. Pakistan. I think it happens so in Sri Lanka. Look at even in Arab world, desert nation, flood is troubling them. I subscribe so many flood disasters in net. I always receive a report. Even Russia, during this their war, I think a month ago, flood swept some part of Russia off. In Europe, it's happening so. And they say it's climate change. But here in Africa, God is saving us. We don't have such. What we have in Lagos State here is not a flood disaster. You just play it. I'm telling you honestly. Flood just play with us. Compare what is happening. Now I blame the government. One, I blame we people. I blame we people. One, because the flood in Lagos State haven't reached where it will be like other people. How many rainfall in Lagos? But in other places like Sri Lanka, heavy downpour. In China, heavy downpour. Look at China, heavy downpour that destroyed the whole nation. But our problem, we don't have good drainage. The major problem, we don't have drainage. And whereby the drainage or canal should fall, people will go and build the house there. And the town planners will overlook it. That's the problem. Okay, look at only in Ogba here. If rain fall, come see water bottle of soft drinks, water bottle of bottles of pure water nylon, take away plates, take away sausage. Everything will be inside gutter, blocking it. The little gutter they have, we're blocking it. Nigerians are dirty, including me. By nature, we are dirty. We don't keep our environment clean. And the federal government do not do anything to bring it to enforcement. People will eat, finish, they have dustbin in their house, they come and dump the refuse inside gutter. They will wash the plates, wash the cloth inside their house. There's a gutter in the front of their house. They will throw the water on the main road. It's indiscipline. It's uncultured. It's not healthy. And we have public workers in Lagos State. We have task force of in Lagos State. What are they doing? From December till February, March, we start to fall. Lagos State government will never clean gutter. But they have people they employ, paying them. They have road maintenance. They have environmental people. They will never clean the gutter. They never pack the sand in gutter. Until we enter April, June, July. Very little water ever will flood up because the drainage have blocked by government himself and by we individuals.
Okay, we and the government
we are team hand. We are guilty of this flood. We are guilty, both the government and the individuals. Landlord will build and cover the road. No space for gutter. It's too bad. It's too bad.
Okay, let's look at one more report this morning on the federal government and ASU. The case has been adjourned till Friday.
I have said it yesterday. Federal government to solve the problem. All of them that in party now, in power now, they went to school. They are learned. Both the House of Assembly, upper house and the lower house, ministers. lawyers, commissioners, all of them, governors, local government chairmen, all of them went to school. It should not be that to their own time, they destroy the education. But meanwhile, I think, on the other hand, federal government is holding this one as a policy to destroy Western education in Nigeria. Boko Haram. Boko Haram. What does it mean? We don't want Western education. We don't want Western education. And if you watch, the people that are deciding in Nigeria government today are the Fulani Muslim people in power. They want indirect way to bring, after they destroy Western education, they bring Arabic education in Nigeria. That's what they were trying to take idea to put. They bring Arabic education in Nigeria in that way to Islamatize and to Arabitalize and to Muslimize Nigerians. I don't see why this should be lingered.
Okay.
And most of them that are in government, as I said yesterday, have their own private schools. Like in the West here, most of them that have private schools now in the West, both the pastors and others, we are benefiting from our free education. How many of them have given people free education in South, in West here, in West Yoruba land? All of them, all the whole pastors, all the whole academicians, 75% of them that are alive today benefited from Awolowo free education. What are they doing? Why should they allow that legacy of Awolowo to be destroyed? Most of them in the north that managed to go to school receive from northern education system, which most of them were trained by missionaries. Most of them were trained by missionaries. They received that free education. Government give them up to now. During the time of Babangida, when Jibril Aminu was Minister of Education, he created nomadic education for them to go. Even Jonathan built nomadic school for them, which they destroy. And letting this government take over that education. Government, they destroy all the whole school Jonathan built for them, for Amajires. The way forward is whatever federal government will do, they should do it.
What should they do?
They should provide the money to settle them.
Nigeria does not have.
Nigeria
is in debt.
Nigeria is in debt, but we have money to build railway to Niger. Eh? We have money to give Afghanistan $1 million. $1 million. We have the money to give Afghanistan $1 million. We have money to bribe people in the world to go against IPOB. We have money to pay people to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. And you think that Nigeria don't have money? We have money.
How much are we owing?
How much? And Biafra, ask Nigeria what they are owing.
I'm telling you that Nigeria does not have money.
Nigeria, okay, what of export of crude oil? Where is money going? What of
1 trillion, 45 trillion.
What of export of gas, liquefied gas? Where is the money going? Are we not producing crude oil, selling it? Are we not producing liquefied gas?
80% of the crude oil is being stolen.
Who are selling it? Who is the chairman of NNPC? Who is the minister of petroleum? Is it not Buhari? Chairman of NNPC, is it not Fulani Abakari? Who are the ones stealing it? Meli Kyari. Who is the one that stole it? Am I the one that stole it? Usodima is a bad man. Is Usodima the one stealing it? I know that Usodima is a bad man. Is it the one stealing it? Is it Wicked that stealing it? Is it Assis Dokubo or Tampolo stealing it? They are the ones that stealing it.
They are the ones that stole.
Fulanis, people in the government, high authority, because
has been
accused or hold, but they are the one in charge. They should hold them. Let them come and give the account. You remember last time the custom.
Now that it seems there's no money, where would the federal government get money to settle us?
Let the money they loot, let them return it. Let the money this present government loot, let them return it. Only the money of Buhari, forget Abacha. Everyone shouting Abacha because Abacha is dead. Every government since Abacha died, from the time of Abu Salam up to today, Abacha, even the emirs, Abacha, Ohana Zandibo, Abacha, Ariwa, Abacha, Abbas, Abacha, Afani Fere, Abacha, me myself, Abacha, because Abacha is dead. If Abacha is alive, who can talk? Is it the only person that loot money in Nigeria? Is it only Abacha loot money in Nigeria? All of them, ex-generals loot money, ex-head of state loot money, governors loot money. How many people talk about them? Abacha. I'm trying to tell you what I'm trying to say. Only the money Buhari family has can solve the whole problem of Nigeria. Asha Buhari and his children, only the money can solve the whole problem. Only the money they discovered last time at the former army chief of staff, Bruntai, they discovered in his house in this Abuja. But I think people carried it, everybody saw it. It can solve the problem of Nigeria. It can solve this problem of us. Let them return the money.
Okay, let's look at international news this morning. Nigeria had a special place in the heart of the Queen, that is Queen Elizabeth. Nigeria had a special place in the Queen's heart. Nigeria. That's from Katrina Land.
Katrina Land, where is her? Had they been as see her, we could have gauged ourselves in debate. You should come and tell us why all over the world, it's only Nigeria had a special place in the heart of Queen.
You say only Nigeria, but Nigeria one of the countries that had a special place.
Why is Nigeria one of the countries? Why not Biafra one of the countries? Why not Biafra one of the countries that has special place in the heart of Queen Elizabeth? Okay, if Nigeria have special place in the heart of Queen of Elizabeth, and now Queen Elizabeth have died and died with her heart, will Nigeria follow Queen Elizabeth and die? Because they have special in the heart of Queen Elizabeth. So Queen Elizabeth should carry Nigeria into grave.
No, that's a different thing.
Eh?
That's a different thing.
I'm asking a question.
She cherished Nigeria so much.
She's sharing Nigeria. He
cherished
Nigeria. Why should she cherish Nigeria? Because he's cheating Nigeria.
Yes.
Because he's looting Nigeria. Because Nigeria is her own. He took Nigeria as her own property, her own company. He took Nigeria as her own money making by using barbarians to rule us, but not allowing people who are capable to rule us. He imposed people on us as he wants to post Peter Obi now on us. He put Tafa Balewa on us. He posed Gowon on us. The only person who were able to speak up was Moritala. They killed him. They killed Moritala. They killed Ironsi. They plot it, they plan it. He posed Obasanjo on us because Obasanjo is a pali man. The one is a puppet in their hand. They use the one and dump him. It about Buhari government that said no to them because Idegba was there, not Buhari. Because of Idegba, they overthrew the government. They overthrew the government.
Okay. Thank you very much for your analysis this morning.
I am Mr. Akpara, the new Okokondem in this Republic of Biafra. Live by Mazin Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Long live IPOB. Long live autopilot. Long live Simon Ekpa. Long live Omada autopilot. Long live Sunday Bohu. Long live Amateku. Long live Odua Republic. God will deliver us and set us free in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Long live all our fans all over the world. Even the people that are ridiculing me, the people that are cursing me, the people that say I don't know how to pronounce.
No, normally, yes, always disagreement.
God will bless every one of you. God will bless every one of them. Because by them ridiculing me, they are trying to tell me I should go and do what? And improve myself in my speaking.
ASSIS on strike, man.
I can have a special teacher.
Okay, no problem.
To come and teach me more. So I thank them for trying to correct me whenever I go wrong. Not that I criticize that correcting me. I appreciate them. May God bless them in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much. I have Oluwa. Do you have anybody online? Let me call that guy. Oluwa, good morning.
Good morning, Christian. How you doing?
Let's know what is happening. What is happening?
I'm with Nigeria.
You are vibrating. I see you vibrating.
No, they are letting me to have vibrate because of the situation on ground. Because many people don't know what is happening. We will know from IQ of the clips of what is happening. Because you are now in Nigeria. For Nigeria now, they are talking different story entirely. See, I heard a story now. They say Votes-Keyamo say Obi is trying to plan assassination on himself. That is
let's look at it.
You see, that language is a probability. It's a probability. It can be possible. It cannot be possible because the language now is Obi movement is trying to cover the cloud. Just it's like a cloud won't cover Nigeria up. It's like they want to swallow Nigeria up. So the government now, they're now bringing a language that they will see, that will manifest in the front. Now they have to tell us before they manifest that they are not involved. Are you understanding my English?
Yeah,
You understand my fucking language here now?
No, I understand your English, not the other one.
You're not fucking home. Because they're trying to manifest some documentary alphabet.
Yes. They are trying to destabilize.
Yes, they want to let us to know that something is going to happen.
Yeah.
That they are not involved.
Yes.
And they are going to involve.
Yes.
So we have to wake up.
Yes.
We have to protect the one that will know that will help you in our life tomorrow.
Yes. Are you saying that there's a plan to...
There's a very big execution plan.
I don't think so.
See, let me tell you, Votes-Keyamo is one of the lion of the Jakarta of the Federal Republic of Nigeria government. It's their spokesman. It's a son. It's a brilliant. It's intelligent. Bringing that language out, it has a meaning. So we have to be careful of what we are seeing in the front.
The P2B has been accused of playing tribal politics.
You see, things are going to happen. In a few days, totally, they are going home. They come no more. And their brother or their sister, they are big the hand of the drum that are coming. They come no more. Because Nigeria now, there's a cloud. The youth, whether it be Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, they want a dramatically fucking home change. So there will be a problem in the hands of the government. So they are trying to divert his attention.
To where?
To the forest side.
Where's the forest side?
Assassination attempts. It can be executed at any time. It can be assassinated at any time. They will say, I told you yesterday that this man is trying to plan it. It's all clean. And he has killed himself. Not to destabilize Nigeria. That's
analysis.
It. Yes. Because we are the street home men. We are the Tupac Amaru Shako. We know what's going to happen in the fucking day's house. Because Nigeria is a keg of a gunpowder now. Anything can happen. It's only God that can save you and I. Because it can burst. Because time is time now. Because their deed have been exposed.
What are the
Their deed, they incriminated us, they suck our blood, they suck our life, they make us slavery in our whole home.
Let's look at federal government and ASU.
See what is happening federal government for the past 7 months, no school, no lecturer, no money, no child, everybody suffering and smiling. And now at the end of the day, you don't take them to court. There's no government. A city minister of education, he doesn't know what he's doing. Because they have been pampered to say what is not right. And you went to school yesterday. In your days when you were schooling, those situations never happened. And now you are now in a throw to let the students to enjoy their movement and their fundamental human being right to go to school and learn. You don't seize the opportunity.
The federal government is saying there's no money.
And there's no money. You are carrying money to different vernacular home. See, the government is a motherfucking bullshit. You and I know. Because Nigeria have seen, Nigeria have opened their eye. Now we know a blind man that is eating gari and you pour sand inside. One day we recognize that this one is not ordinary gari anymore. It's not mixed with the stones. Nigeria now wake up now. The suffering and smiling is now getting out of hand. So we have to move to their corridor and tell them, enough of the motherfucking bullshit. Okay. Go home.
Thank you very much, Oluwawan, for the analysis. I have Bonga, good morning.
Good morning.
I just want to talk about the federal government and ASU. What do you think should be the lasting solution? Now the federal government has taken ASU to court. It seems that they want to resolve this in another way.
Federal government taking ASU to court. And people taking people to court. That is wrong because me, I do not support it. Because most of the people who are even the so-called Minister of Education himself, he did not even spend up to what the students are even spending for him to go to school. Most of them go to free education. All of them that are find themselves today in government, they all receive free education. So they connive to destroy the education system.
They connive
to destroy the education system.
If
the government decide to take ASU to court, because Who is fooling who? Is it the same people that receive free education in this country, and other them that give free education to Amanu Bello, that are taking the professor to court? The same professor that taught them in those days? Eh? Okay, the Minister of Education, was he not a member? Is he not a professor? So who is fooling who? Who is taking who to court?
They are taking themselves to court.
They are taking themselves to court. Let me tell you something about this so-called education problem. The money that ASU or the professors are asking for, the salary that they are demanding, it is what one person will just take in one day. It is what one person will just steal in one day. Look at the Attorney General of the Federation, the Accountant General of the Federation, taking 100 billion. That money is enough to pay to clear up the salary of all these lecturers. All this crisis is enough. Let's call a spade a spade. Who is taking who to court? Who is fooling who? In this our country, Nigerians are getting wise. What should be done? Out of court settlement, alternative dispute resolution. Everybody should come out of the court. If I were the judge, I would discharge and acquit. I would discharge the matter. Let's go and settle it. Because, and yes, the government must pay the professors. They deserve to be
some
paid.
Parents are asking the ASU they should just try and consider the students.
ASU are human beings. They also have the forget about the name ASU. The professors, and the so-called ministers, and the labor. Is it not the labor? Where did Votes-Keyamo go to? Is it not the Minister of Labor and Productivity? Where did he go to school? Where did Adamu? Where did he go to school? Ngige. They are all opportunists. They all went to free school. They all receive free education. So who is fooling who? And you are taking people that taught you to court.
Okay, let's look at Peter Obi and the ethnic politics that he has been accused of playing.
Well, he said Peter Obi is playing ethnic.
APC accuses Peter Obi
of the playing ethnic politics. Well,
trying to garner sentiment.
About what?
He said there's a plot to assassinate him and also.
I would not like to comment on that. For me, I will see that as speculation. Yes, I will see that as speculation because nobody wants to do that. There's nobody in the country that will want to do that. At this time, nobody in the country wants to do such.
Okay. Let's look at today. Buhari is visiting Imo State. We have a sit at home in same southeast region.
The IPOB people said that their leader is visiting the court today. That has been happening for a long time. But the truth, so many governors has visited Nnamdi Kanu for peace talk and a lot of peace. I think the United Nations have said Nnamdi Kanu should be free. And the federal government said they are giving Nnamdi Kanu a chance to defend himself in the law court. I hope there will be justice.
You hope?
Yes, that the court truly will prove that is the last hope of the common man. I hope so.
Declaring sit at home and a president visiting the same state. What message?
Well, I would say that is, let me not lie, it is not a decision of the general public. It's a decision for just a few groups. If the people decide to sit at home, it is left for them. That means they want to sit at home. If they do not, it's a personal decision.
So,
yes.
State actors are not taking over. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Okay. Thank you very much for your contribution this morning. I have my Otumba. Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Baba.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Have you speak Yoruba?
Most of our viewers don't really.
Have you speak Yoruba? And I join everything together.
Yes. Yeah, parents. Let's look at ASU.
Yes.
7 months now.
You see about that ASU matter. For me, I have not agreed to take them to court. Because the people who are taking the ASU to court, this is not one person change them from primary school to secondary school to university before they can't be a man of themselves. Now, see how many months all those students be at home now. Some of students now, they don't talk to hooligans. They don't talk to another thing because they don't get work to do. They don't go to school. Instead of them to go and study, they go and join brass gang. But if they settle the house people, all our students, all our children, they will not turn to another group entirely. You understand what I mean? But now they are taking the house to court. Why? You have to remember the time they be a student. If it did things be like this, they can't do the better thing. They can never do the better thing. But when their own day okay, then they grow up to come and be big man, be president, governor, something, senator, everything, blah 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 blah. But in this, ẹ wá sọ ọmọ wa di dàkídà sígboro, àwọn ọmọ ẹ wá di ọmọ ọdọlá ìgbọràn. I initially I get work, and I make some of those students be a Yahoo boy. After a Yahoo boy, policeman see they arrest them, collect their money. One day they catch one boy inside my car. They take the boy to the bank. They collect the money in my phone. They cut the money into two, give the boy half, police take half. It is supposed to be so. If everybody be in school, that guy can be happy. Because it's a more can't see our money more. Now cause all this problem for this nation.
What do you think is best for Nigeria now?
The best for Nigeria now, let government settle the house. Let our students, our children back to the school.
Okay.
You understand me now?
Election 2023.
This election 2023, my own prayer is that the person where God want to be our president, may God by himself produce that person. If you thought that you want to produce that person by yourself, you are lying. You understand me now? Because all of
among
them,
all these people, you have not seen anybody.
Hello, listen to my word. You see all those people, everybody fight for your own pockets. For my own, no. But God, if you know that you know God, you are serving God, right and right, God will provide. If they carry 10 person down, God know the best person out of that person. You understand me now? My God is my God, Jesus Christ. He must provide that person.
Who are you voting for?
Me, myself,
That day, who will vote for?
if you God, I never know the person I will talk to, but I know I'm a man of God. God will tell me, God will physically tell me that go and vote for a fellow person. And that person, I'm sure. Anybody
whether Igbo, Hausa, you.
I don't know anybody. Whether Igbo or Hausa, anybody I vote for, that person must be entered in Jesus Christ.
Okay, thank you very much. Your name, sir?
My name is Chieftain.
Mr. Chieftain, thank you. Thank you. I'd like you to come every time. Yeah? Yes. Okay. Do you have anybody online this morning that wants to contribute to the program? Yes, let's give our viewers the opportunity to contribute to the program this morning.
Many of them go Yapa.
Mr. Sunday, good morning. Sorry, Mr. Sunday. Flip TV. Yes, sir. You have the floor, Mr. Sunday.
Good morning,
Yeah.
my brother. How are you? I've been in the line since. He does not want to take to the people online. I've been here since my battle is going down. But good morning to everyone. I love everybody. Migrating to Maji all over the world. And what I want to say this morning, most of those our politicians we have under Buhari government now, I call them shame. You understand? What is their main name is shame. Because person like said to Keyamo will be saying that Obi is planning stage of assassination. Means the government, Buhari terrorists have already taken over the forest. And only advice that I can give to Peter Obi now, is to retreat his steps. Because those are our evil politicians. They can go to any land that they will bring him down for them to sit on their seat. Peter Obi is a man of the people. Peter Obi, the issue what we are seeing now, they are not fighting for whether it's the south side, maybe it's the northern, maybe it's the west, maybe it's the eastern person. The fight of Nigeria politician youth now is who will take Nigeria to the destination of where they are looking for. But if that one cannot come, see, I bet you, Christian, I always said it, say this 2023 will be the last election Nigeria will hold in this country. If they do not do it right, this election will be the last election. And I will still keeping on repeating myself. This election, 2023, will be the last election. If the INEC misuse the election, if the police enter the election wrongly the way they do in 2015, if the military enter the election wrongly the way they have been doing, the election will be the last election that the name of Nigeria will cease to exist. Because we will not be sitting here and some people who want to impose candidate on us every year. The youth of Nigeria have never come out one day to say this is what we want and they achieve it. And now the time for you to come out to say this is person we want to support. And those old fools, how many years in 1960? Some people, yes, we are here blaming Queen Elizabeth, praying for him that we should go to hellfire. Why would the man devil we have is the idea in Aso Rock, the devil, the people, the evil people we have, bringing hardship, bringing poverty, making life unbearable for us in this country. They are there. They are here in our state local government. They are here even though because we cannot see them. See, let me ask you, in this your local government you are now, in Lagos State, when last have you seen the local government chairman in your face? Can you tell me when last have you seen them? But when election come, they will come and give some of those stars, even some of those Olua, that man that just speak now. If you see, okay, I want to say one thing. If you vote for Tinubu, means you vote for it. You are digging your grave with your hand because a lot of hardship. This one we are crying is just a child play. Because forget Tinubu. Tinubu is one of the useless person. Forget that I'm using abusive words. He's one of the wicked, heartless person. That everything he want to do is to put his own family first and let other people work under him as a slave. And that is it the same thing that he wants us to go and suffer again? Never. Even though me today, if there is any other candidate again, say no, let Tinubu remain. Me, I will not go out to vote because I can never vote for him. Vote Atiku. Because I can never vote for them again because their time in politics is over. They should go and rest. Abba, is it by force to rule the country to rule a country? Number one, is it by force to be one? Look at today now. Buhari is trying to cause confusion. They are telling us that they want to have Nnamdi Kanu case today in Abuja, and today they say that Buhari is trying to visit Imo State to cause confusion. Abi, he want to cause confusion. The people in the East, they don't like him because Buhari himself do not like the Eastern people. Will you tell me now that Buhari like Eastern people? Buhari never like. If you give Buhari as a president now a chance, he will waste the life of the whole Igbo people overnight. But the chance is not there. You should stop pretending as if you love the other tribe. No, only tribe that Buhari love. Only tribe. That's why Adamu Garuba, that is media to Buhari saying something. A young man that they arrest in UK, in New York, that scam New York 1.30 million, $30 million. He was saying that those people are social media people. They should not bring criminality. They should not damage the name of Nigeria with criminal. But they are damaging the name of Nigeria because the person is from here. He's from Igbo tribe. That's why Adamu Garuba is saying it. But the Fulani, the Buhari and him, Adamu Garuba, they are bringing the name of the herdsmen from Niger, Chad, Mali, in different African countries, 17 African countries. They are bringing them to Nigeria, but those people are killers. Those people are murderers. Those people are the assassination we have today in this country. And those are the people that are them. You tell me that is it the ESN that want to kill Ifeanyimba? Will you tell me that is it the ESN that want to assassinate Ifeanyimba? Will you tell me that the crisis is going on in the East with the Eastern youth to carry gun to kill their own people? No, I don't believe that. But see, God will fight for us, because if we do not rise up to fight ourselves, one day, even you,
Mr. Sunday, yes, for your contribution this morning. God bless you, Mr. Sunday. I will call you.
Thank
I'll
you so
call
much.
you very soon.
Hello, guys. You will come, no tell me that one, and they press me. Okay, now that.
Yeah, God bless you. With that, we've come to the end of the program this morning. Bystanders and instance, I'm Christian Chuku. One charge has been dropped from the 7th count charge against Nnamdi Kanu. Update on the ongoing trial this morning. With that, tomorrow we'll come here again for another exciting edition of the program, Bystanders and Newsstands. Mr. Raphael will be joining us very soon. We are having positive responses. Thank you very much. I'm Christian Chico. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.